So we're recording. So go with your first question.
Can actually review the operative plans of it?
Well, Ruggles told me and Manny Murphy. Agus bhí seachtar in McLaren. Agus just far and on came Mara Ballymurray. Nor bhí me joke just a rehart or na shredna. Ag sugrú or na sleipte gacla. Sin na rudí image. Ní ro a lá éis nógin ach bhí cracker dóigin.
Can score just on
Scolna?
Yeah.
Burnettes. Agus ní sin St. Roses.
Auburn, Ken Doyle, and Scully.
Skull? My lord. Siúm nach grún na mará rialta cin na sásal na daoine as Ballymurray.
J-Lo said Gibney obey fast and each in her first year, a read me Gibney.
Well, maybe me oníis céarna díobse Caribbean Jag hí a lán daoine in jail agus hí na Britsa go hart agus bhí me de gcónaí sugraí sna seapaí sa Bullring in Ballymurray agus bhí na Britsa gcónaí chuirteach oring chum bhuail siad na gasraí a gcónaí gachaithe tháinig siad agus just chur na Britsmuid ar na bailí mar seo agus de cosa a cicéil amach go sruí mar sin is cáma bhí muid abada sin na gachaí bhí muid cinneal bhí sé crua glór ach just bhí muid gcónaí tríd le.
When did you first hear of community development as activism project, and what was your first experiences of it?
Well,
and even Cristín, before just jumping, is it the culture of like community and that type of thing? What were your first experience of that as well?
Well, I think when the men were all in jail and the hunger strike was going on, after that, when men were coming out of jail too, they were coming out with Gaelic, and they were starting like wee classes here and there. So we started to go to their classes, and they used to call it jail tack. And kind of got, because it was like Liam Stone and all in the community, they were having me classes in the community centre. So we went there, and Bobby Gamble, he was another ex-prisoner. That's Kevin Gamble's daddy. He had one in Sarsfields, so I used to go up to Sarsfields to his wee Irish class too. So that kind of got me into the Gaelic. And then when I had my own kids, I wanted to kind of send them to a Gaelic school, but there was no school then. And then I went to Clonard for a while too to try and learn my Gaelic. And then I started work with Gloin and Ale. It was like in a wee small office on the Falls Road. And then they were talking about starting up knee skulls. And there was a knee skull in the Blackstaff in Springfield Road, wee small knee skull. And that was the only knee skull in the whole of Belfast. And it kind of just hit you, Kayla, kind of. So they asked me and another girl would start a wee knee skull in the Conway Mill. So we had a wee small room in the Conway Mill. It was about wee carnog, bug. Agus fi me Shack and Shin, agus fi me gubber ar frau.
Gael Scull na Wall?
Ní bhfuil Gael Scull na Wall a go raig go fáil, ní bhfuil sé bonithe go fáil. So that was a wee small knee skull, and then we got a room in the Falls Women's Centre because that was too small, and the Falls Women's Centre gave us a room for the knee skull. Went from there to the Falls Women's Centre. The only thing about the Falls Women's Centre was when the daddies came to pick up the kids, they weren't allowed to come in. So I had to bring them down to the Falls Road, under the road, because that's the way it was then. The Women's Centre was for women who were going through hard times and all, and things like that. I don't really know if you know about the women's centre. And then from that there, we got a room in the Culturland. And then Anya Andrews came and she asked me, she started up another mini school, so she asked me to kind of come live together. We would join together, and they got Ava. So we shut the one down in the Culturland and went into the Ava. And that was that knee school. Then after that I went all around Belfast and started up all with different knee schools. But we needed a bun school, and then the Shaws Road started. So that was good, that was the best thing.
Can I just go back, Chrissy, the early on is that, and just to see if we can get something. Growing up in Balmurphy, what was the Balmurphy house like? How many were you that were in the house? What was it like? What games did you play? What was childhood as their age is now?
At your ages, you didn't have your own room or anything. Sometimes it was 4 or 5 in one room, and sometimes it was 6 boys in one room in Balmurphy. The houses were cold and damp. They were not good conditions. And then you had aunts and uncles and cousins and all came and stayed. Don't know where we all slept, but we did sleep. And it was good crack. But there were bad conditions for our mummies and daddies. And there wasn't a lot of money about either. And you didn't have what you all have now. But we still just grew up and had a good childhood. So it was great. Still good.
What motivated you to, or how did you get involved?
I think the hunger strikes and internment and things like that there, and what the British were doing here, kind of motivated me that I wanted to give my own children an identity, an Irish identity. So I think that motivated me to kind of want to get my own kids into their own language and culture and send them to school. So when Bunscoil Football first opened, I sent them up there, the knee school. Now it was a Bahrain, agus bhíon tuisce ag teach amach ón Jean, and bhí buckaid on, agus bhí sé ag teach Stephen buckaid, agus dúirt mé am could you bhfuil mé dheanú, tá mé a chuirm a chuid páisiún seo, bhfuil mé deanú an rud ceart, but rinn mé agus tá mé sasa go nearna mé sin, mar tá sé ionteach mé inis le Gaelic, agus go bhfuil mar sin.
What role did you play in the Irish language revival, community activation, and what impact did your involvement have on your personality?
I'm a first.
So can you give us the specific roles you had, like growing in Yale, and what was your role? How did you set up schools? Did you use fundraising? What was the day-to-day of trying to get the school up and running?
Well, we used to go in on a Friday night to all the pubs when everybody was drunk, and we used to bring buckets in, and you always went in when you made sure they were drunk, because when they're drunk they would give you more money. And we used to go into the pubs, and we used to stand at street corners, outside chapels. Sometimes the priests weren't too happy, but you stood there anyway, you didn't care, and you had a bucket and you fundraised, you had jumble sales, just anything at all to get money to pay the teachers, because the teachers didn't get recognition then, so they depended on the money you raised for their wages, and there were very little wages. There was a lot of work done voluntary. A lot of teachers worked voluntary as well, I have to say that, like. So.
Great shot. Understand? Or Tara?
What was the most difficult situation you've been involved in?
The most difficult, I would say, living through the troubles, the conflict in Balmurphy, the Balmurphy massacre. I had a wee girl, my friend, best friend, she was shot dead when she was 14. Seen lots of people getting killed, you know what I mean, and houses getting raided and people getting trailed out of beds, and I was actually trailed out of bed myself 4 o'clock in the morning, brought through into a cell out of my own house, and I think well, think back and all that there, I was very young, and I think it had a big impact on me too, on my life. But you survive, you get through it.
Kind of things that you probably thought was normal then, but thinking back now.
Thinking back now, it wasn't normal, but just it was normal because it was an everyday event. There was always somebody's house in Balmurphy getting raided. I mean, so all the neighbours were out, and you fought with the Brits all the time. Always were fighting with the Brits, and they were putting people inside jeeps, and we were trailing them back out, and that's just the types of things you done. And then if they came to the house for you, well, when I was only married with Pat, we lived in my mummy's house, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, the door got banged in, and I said to Pat, "There's the Brits, it's for you," and he came up and he says to me, "No, it's not." He says, "You may hurry up and get on you, they want you." And I was fired down, so I was lifted and fired into a sergeant at 4 o'clock in the morning. That was a big sergeant, and just took you away. And you were young, you were very young.
What age was it?
I was about 16, 15, 16. I was underage, but we didn't know then that was illegal. It really was illegal, but we didn't know then. Thinking back, like it was illegal because you were underage and you shouldn't have been getting killed out of your bed at that age and all, and took away in sergeants. But it didn't only happen to me, it happened to a lot of my friends, a lot of people. So.
You said you impacted mine, what age was you?
19.
And you lived in your mummy's when you got married?
Yep. Hadn't got a house.
Ever in need? Go ever in need? Listen.
Looking back, what was the highlight of your experience in the community activism?
One of the best memories was when the Spring Hill Festival started, and Westlife actually came to it. So we went to see Westlife and the Spring Hill Festival. So again, that was the people all just coming together and doing everything voluntary and starting our own festival and getting people to come, like the likes of Westlife and that came, and it was open our festival. We all thought this was brilliant. So things like that was good too. Good memories, a lot of good memories too.
How important was the festival for the area at our area at that time?
I think it was very important because of, in that time, because of the troubles, and a lot of people were down as well, because there was so many people getting shot dead, and a lot of men were put in jail, and different things happening to families. So when the community came together to do this big festival and get all these people to come and sing, and it was very, very important for the community because it lifted them. It lifted everybody's spirits up. You had to be drinking all and be dancing. Good crack.
Jay, what was we really going for?
What key lessons in your view can be learned from that period and applied to community activism and prevention?
What kind of?
From what you were involved in, like 30, 20 years ago, involved in setting up schools and stuff, do you think there's lessons to be learned for this generation, for people who are involved in that type of work today? Is there?
Yeah. I think when I was growing up, because of the troubles and all, there wasn't a lot of, our parents didn't push us for education. When we were younger, it was like when we were 14, 15, we went out to work, we brought in a couple of pounds, give it to your mama, because money was tight. There wasn't a lot of money about for our parents then. Where you now have got this advantage of getting a good education, and I think it's really, really important to just grab that. I know you're probably thinking, I dead on, oh, sick of my headpiece, but it's really important. I love to see the young ones now getting a really good education, and when you leave school, going and getting great jobs. There's people in Balmurphy now, there's kids now, they're being solicitors, and they're all these top jobs and all, and I think that's what I would love to see for all these kids here.
Do you
How successful was co-op,
Or Irish language? Or
Irish language revival, community activism in your view, and fostering community empowerment in West Belfast?
So how successful was the Irish language movement, and how has it been successful? Do you see the successes of it today?
Well, I do think that it was a big struggle at the start to get the Irish language up and going. That was really, really hard. Schools was really hard. Yeah, again, you had no money. When you were going up to, the only school we had was Shaw's Road, and parents couldn't afford 4 black taxis a day, going up and down the road. I mean, there was no bus let off it then. There was nothing to get them up to school. So then we used to bunch up maybe for a taxi between us all and try and put as many kids in as we could to get them up into the Shaw's Road. Shaw's Road was the only school there was in the whole of Belfast. There wasn't even a secondary school, and then when the chance came for the man's school, which is now College de Firsta, that was more fundraising again, and this was a big, big thing because we were all saying, right, they're all going to bun schools. What are we going to do when we leave? Are we just going to send them to an English school after them being going through the whole medium of Irish? So then we got the man's school, and that was one of the biggest, for me it was one of the best achievements that we got, was secondary school, and for us all, and more bun schools. So.
What vision do you have for our community in the future, and how do you see it progressing in years ahead?
For our own community?
Yeah.
I think it's progressing even now. Like, with all the way yous are all educated through the medium of Irish, and you can all come together. You've got your own club, and you can come here, and I just see better things for yous. Bigger, better things for all yous here sitting, to develop a community and keep doing it to your best you can. Great to see us all doing that.
Can I go back, Chrissy, to you just touched on your experience. What was it like as a young girl in Ballymurphy, going to a Catholic school, St Rose's, growing up? What was it like going to a school back in those days?
Well, I hated it. I hated school, to be honest, because we had the nuns, and I just didn't think I liked this, because we're from Ballymurphy. See, then we didn't really know why, but I think it was because Ballymurphy was seen as they put it down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the people from Beachmount and all were a wee bit more upper class,
Yeah.
and they just didn't like us. So when we used to go in the mornings, if you're 2 minutes late, we're waiting on you, you just go like that, big straps, smacking your hands, everything. We just got used to it. Didn't like school.
Did you walk to school every day?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you didn't get no bus fare. You get killed.
I walk.
No, you didn't get bus fare. If you had got bus fare, you'd spent it with your mates anyway. Probably bought a wee fag or something between us all.
Chrissy, when you were young and probably get into like 16, 17, who would you have seen as community leaders? Who would have been leading activists in Ballymurphy at that time?
The likes of Mary, and right? Marion, because then we were all we were going out against strip searching in Armagh. So we would have went on protest together. Cristín Cathail, Mary, Snorfie, I just can't think of anybody at the minute. But there was a lot of good women in Ballymurphy who were good community activists.
How important were the women in Ballymurphy for the area?
Very important, because a lot of men were in jail, and the women were left to kind of rear the children on their own. Were very little money, because there was no money coming in, because the men were in jail. So the women were the backbone. The women struggled along and helped each other and they got through it. Like if the next door neighbour hadn't got her rent money, and the next door neighbour hadn't got a loaf of bread, everybody came together and just helped each other. So they were a very good, strong community. The women were brilliant.
A couple of questions in my head, but you met Pat, who lived not so far away from you?
You didn't go to your area, you see.
What?
We didn't go to the area.
Yeah.
No, you would have been, because you were from Balmurphy and because of the troubles, you kind of stayed in your own area. So a lot of us all in Balmurphy married Balmurphy men. So you kind of I met Pat at the Balmurphy shops. We were 13. He gave me a pound for my 14th birthday. He threw it in the snow and I didn't want it, but he walked around the corner, I was down my hands and knees looking for it in the snow. A pound note too.
Pound?
Oh, I was pound note.
How long is that now?
Oh, Connor. I'm 59, I was going where Pat was 13.
Just demonstrating what was good loyalty, good example.
So, that was it. You never went out of your own area. You just stayed in your own area.
Barshina, you married abroad.
Oh, your daddy was great. He was great community. Your daddy was a good community activist too. So.
I'm well curious now, within your reality, we were very curious. Because you were talking earlier around one of the victories you felt, something that was very symbolic. It was around the GCSE papers, or can you tell me that story?
Man school first, they wouldn't do the GCSEs in Gaelic for the likes of our kids who were all there. So we got a group together, myself, Seamus McShann, Fergus O'Hare, Gabriel Maguire. We all went up, we got a meeting in Stormont with Paddy Mayhew. He was then Secretary of State in the North. And Dick Spring he was TD or something south. So we went to Stormont and met them and we kind of just had a big discussion and but it's a bit of baffling, like going to go mad a wee bit too, like to get the kids their GCSEs into Gaelic, and we won. We got them.
Proud moment.
So we did, yeah. That was a proud moment. Didn't really like going to Stormont either, but because didn't really like meeting English. It was a wee bit, got a wee bit of stick for it because I went and talked to Paddy Mayhew.
Was that stick from local people or?
Slagging, because you went up to see it. He was a Brit, like it was called a Brit at that time. But we had to go and try and get the GCSE papers translated into Gaelic, and we won. Got that. So that was a wee bit of a victory for us.
Well, I have those questions here. When you say the hunger strike motivated you, did that motivate you to learn Irish? And what was it about the hunger strike? Was it the hunger strike spoke Irish, or?
I think it wanted you to be more of your own identity. You wanted your own identity. You didn't want to be seen as British, because the situation in the north. They were trying to call us British. We're not British. So to me, the hunger strikers and what they went through, and they started learning Irish in jail, like in terrible bad conditions. They were able to learn Irish. We were outside. We could go to a class. We had a wee community centre. We could go and learn Irish. Why not go and learn it? Get your own identity. Where these men were in jail getting tortured, and they were learning Irish. So that kind of inspired me to want to learn my own language and more or less support the hunger strikers and support the men and women in jails too.
There's a wee bit of math here, but you sent your oldest, which would have been public, to the Irish school. But how many in your family now speak Irish and didn't? So you obviously didn't prior to the hunger strike. And how many, including your grandkids, include across, how many do you speak Irish now?
Oh, blind count. About 11, is there? I think about 11 or 12. All 7 grandchildren. All go to the Irish school and they're all speaking Irish. And Pat done his GCSE. I've went everywhere to learn my Irish. It's not brilliant, but sometimes forget it, like if you don't speak it, you lost it. But there's a good lot of us speaking Gaelic now. I'm glad we've done it. I'm glad. I was a wee bit worried when I sent Paddy to Shaw's Road, as I said, yeah. It was very bad condition. And as I said, the water was coming through the roof and there was a bucket and all that. And you were going, my God, what am I sending my kids this for? When you could have been sending them to an English school, it was more fancy and had everything. But I think because of the hunger strikes and the war, what was going on, you want to just give your kids that more identity of being Irish and just making sure they come up with their own language and everything else. Isn't it?
Do you remember Balmurphy being mixed? Was it ever a mixed area or?
It was, but I can't remember it. I was younger. The older ones would remember.
Whose neighbours lived around you?
Because Mrs. Rossbottom was perhaps in our street, but I can only vaguely remember, like, but I can't remember them all. But it was mixed, like, at the start, so it was. But with the Troubles and all, it kind of stopped all that. It was like they moved out and it was all more Catholics.